Hey guys, it's John Tom from Total Brohammer. It's time for some more Bretonia action in today's Warhammer 2 Quick Battle. Alright, so as you can see, we got some Grail Knights here, and we have a total of 3 of these guys. So Grail Knights are pretty go-to in a lot of matches right now. 3 of them is something that you see a lot. Now, we're actually fighting off against the Dark Elves, so for my army I decide I'm going to need a lot of armor piercing for the Dark Elves, aren't I? So what I do is I actually hired 5 foot squires. So I feel like they can do pretty good. As you can see, I have this Grail Knight up front. I intend to do some cycle charging before I get into the front lines of the Dark Elves over there. I've also got 2 spearmen at arms with shield on each flank and a peasant mob. So y'all see me do this a lot. Actually, have a peasant mob paired with my Grail Knights and just have them there to take charges. They take the charge. I charge in with my Grail Knights, get a charge on enemy cav, and they just wasted their charge on a lowly peasant mob. Not to mention the peasant mob will take up a lot of damage while we are in battle. They don't really block up our Grail Knights too much, I find. I've also got 1 man-at-arm with polearm, 1 peasant bowman with pox arrow just to apply some poison, some slow wherever I may need it, and of course the Fey Enchantress, probably my favorite lord from Bretonia. Actually, definitely my favorite lord from Bretonia. So we'll go ahead and speed up here. Looks like this Dark Elf player has gone with a kind of a strange build, I gotta say. So he's actually brought a Hydra, which is pretty fun. He's got 2 Dread Spears, 4 Blackheart Corsairs with 1 Silver Chevron, so they're rank 4, interesting. But 3 Dread Spears actually, but he actually has 5 Dark Shards of Shields, and we all know the damage output of Dark Shards of Shields. Let's take a look at it real quick. So 125 range and 23 damage. So missile damage is 3, armor piercing damage is 11, but so each of the missiles do about 14 damage, but there's 2 of them. So yeah, really, that also makes it so that more of them actually hit since there's 2 of them. So that's pretty good. These guys' damage is pretty great. They have silver shields, so they won't take a lot of arrow fire, and they most importantly they can arc over their own lines, so they are very good. Now, strangely enough, my opponent has actually decided to go with a Hydra, which I don't think is going to be good in the Dark Elf versus Bretonia matchup because, well, you don't need help taking down Bretonnian infantry, and that's what the Hydra is for. And the Hydra's not going to do very good against like Grail Knights or Knights of the Realm or anything like that. So I think this is a very strange choice on my opponent's part. For his lord, he's got old Malekith on his Black Dragon here, and he only has Blade Wind. So he was apparently expecting a very infantry-heavy army. So seeing that he has no cav, I'm actually going to put all my cav into Lance formation, because when Lance formation first came out, me and Dov, I believe it was, did some testing. We found that Lance formation works very well against infantry, but it makes your cavalry engagements go worse. So we're gonna put these guys in Lance formation since we're all in infantry. Not to mention, look at these thin lines of Blackheart Corsairs. The penetration power of the Lance formation is pretty huge. We could literally just go straight through these lines here and right onto these Dark Shards. Now, I played this game quite a while back, so I don't know if we're going to do that here, but looking back on it, hindsight of course is 2020, but that might have been a good decision to do. Just take a Knight, go right into here, straight into here, straight into here, straight into here, then look up all these guys, have the foot squires come in behind them, and just absolutely start laying waste to them. So as you can see, I'm moving all these guys over onto the right flank, planning to overwhelm his right flank since he, I think it's going to work out pretty good. And actually, since I actually did bring a infantry heavy build, his Hydra might be kind of useful. I'm going to start shooting at it with these pox arrows to slow it down, debuff it, and also this guy only has 50 armor, so arrows will do pretty good against him. Now what I need to make sure to do here is pull through my foot squires onto these Blackheart Corsairs. As you can see, that's what I'm going to do. The order just came in again. These guys I still haven't ordered yet though. Over here, these Spearmen arms instantly get routed. These Blackheart Corsairs are just amazing at killing lightly armored infantry. And here comes the charges. Here comes the charges. Oh man. We are just going through that front line like it's nothing. Oh, and he actually charged with these Dread Spears at the last moment, which was a really bad mistake on him. But you know, it's just Cycle Charge Nation here, and that's what you gotta do. Because you can see that these Blackheart Crusaders, with a couple volleys from these Dark Shards, actually wrecked those Foot Squires. And I gotta say, overall, these Foot Squires, man, these Dark Shards are absolutely destroying them everywhere. Everywhere I go, it's just Foot Squires being destroyed. Get a breath attack right there. That was kind of weak, honestly. So we're gonna be turning around and going in here. There's just men all over the field now. Y'all can see I've actually turned my selection markers on all the time, so I can, in the middle of battle, I can see more easily blobs of enemy, blobs of friendly, so I don't do things like friendly fire. He intercepts these Grail Knights with the Hydra, which is not going to be great for me since he's going to get some good armor piercing damage there, and I didn't get my charge off, which is very, very much what you want to do with the Grail Knights here. So over here, Malekith is scaring off all these guys. Not too worried about that. He really needs to be going after the Fey Enchantress. I see that he is, so I'm going to start moving the Fey Enchantress over towards my Grail Knights. But we are just over here concentrating on getting in on all these Dark Shards. As you can see, he's actually forgotten a Dread Spear over here, so that's not good for him. He's chasing the lady here. Not too worried about him, because I have so many Grail Knights here. I'm going to throw her into these Dark Shards, or not. I'm going to come in for a charge on these Dark Shards through the forest, and look at that. Look at that. Man, this game... Oh, that breath attack. Man. This is just beautiful. Just beautiful. There's the Fey Enchantress. We got some arrows going into the old Malekith here. Man, I can see why people actually do cinematic shots. This is pretty great. And we got Blade Wind going through the forest here. Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. So as you can see, my Grail Knights are just all intermixed with all those Dread Spears and Dark Shards. I'm gonna be pulling out now. I just need to keep them moving, and I should be good. Moving the Fey and these Grail Knights to come finish off these routing units, these Foot Squires. I need to keep chasing these Dark Shards so they don't turn around. Decided to bring this guy back, seeing that Malekith has actually landed. I'm going to need to come over here and start cycle charging him. Over on this side of the battlefield, there's some Dread Spears left. A lot of my Bretonnian infantry is very tired, but it's coming back here. The Hydra is just doing its thing over here. I'm not too particularly concerned about it. We get a good charge in it. As you can see, that does a ton of damage. Looks like I actually tried to time a comment to hit these guys, but you know, I think I killed a couple guys. These guys probably lost orders, is probably what happened there. Ooh, he's gonna drop a Blade Wind on all three of my Grail Knights. I'm gonna try to move out of the way, but oh, look at all that magic damage. Not the greatest spell to use against Grail Knights, but when they're all clustered like that, that was actually really good value. So I'm gonna start shooting at this guy. He's gonna start routing. I'm gonna keep a Grail Knight on him to make sure he doesn't get away. Chasing out these Dark Shards with these spears. Malekith is coming out of the forest here after chasing off what I assume is some infantry. These Foot Squires are still chasing these Dark Shards. Looks like they did at one point turn around and actually take a volley at them, which did quite well. These spearmen are chasing them, and at this point my opponent is going to realize it's all over for Malekith in the Dark Hills, and is going to submit to the lady and her power. Alright, so let's look at that breakdown though. So the lady over here got 31 kills. Foot Squires, they got wrecked, quite honestly. But the Grail Knights coming through, as I always do for the Bretonnian roster. If they don't come through for you, you're pretty much screwed. A lot of Dark Shards. His front line was very thin, but after seeing that, maybe you don't need anything more than Blackheart Crusaders for your front line. Then again, he probably just could have had a lot of Dread Spears, and held, I don't know, hard to say. This definitely isn't how I would build against Bretonia. In fact, let me go ahead and go show you all that. I think I'm going to start doing this more, where I actually show y'all builds I would bring. Not that I'm a particularly great player or anything. I'd say in comparison to people I actually consider to be good, I'm rather mediocre. But let's see here. So I've actually found Morathi to be really useful lately. But would I bring her against the Bretonians? Probably not, because the Bretonians can go to the air and can have a pretty scary air force for anti-air. So with that in mind, we are actually going to go Malekith on a cold one. We're going to bring Gaze of Malice in case he brings a lot of archers here. And the Spiteful Conjuration is also pretty good for taking some armor off of those Grail Knights and whatnot. Now, Ooh. Chillwind or Word of Pain. Now the slow would be really useful, but that's a pretty 40 seconds with minus 40 for melee attack. I'm gonna have to say let's go with that. Yeah, definitely. And of course we're gonna grab the Destroyer over here. And for our front line we're gonna grab some Dread Spears, and we're also gonna grab Witch Elves, a couple Blackguard of Nagarond, and you know, I've tried Cold One Knights against them before. They get wrecked so hard. Like, it's ridiculous how hard they get wrecked. So I'm just gonna skip out on those guys, to be quite honest. And for the rest of my army, maybe grab a couple Harpies. And at this point, you know, we can actually just get some more Blackguard of Nagarond, maybe another Dread Spear. I don't know. I was thinking maybe Dark Shards, but they're such a liability. They can get through your lines pretty good here. Now, the thing why this might actually work against the Bretonnians is because of the Witch Elves. The Witch Elves are very important here, so that's why we have those Harpies to try and take down those archers, as well as Malekith with his Gaze of Malice can also do very good against them. But yeah, guys, I'd probably go something like this and maybe top it off with, I don't know. You know what? I'd probably just bring one Dark Shard just for the hell of it. Plus, it gives them a target to try to go for that they can overextend into. So, yeah, this is probably something I would do against the Bretonnians. Anyway, guys, that's going to be all for this one. You all have a great one, and this is John Tom for Total Brohammer, signing out.